Right, Shalom. I want to start off by giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Rakakwadash, double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone that taught me this truth. And sincere peace, blessings, and salutations to you, Akim, across the four corners of the earth, pushing this knowledge and truth and this sincerity. It's the brother Barzar from the GMS Arizona Camp, Lord's will. Did another quick lesson to edify through the Holy Spirit to your so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, which are the true children of Israel according to the scriptures and according to prophecy. This video is going to be entitled Look to Understand Something You Don't Understand. Alright, look to understand something you don't understand. And the motivation for this video came just from I was watching a clip, this guy that talks about financial news, and he was explaining to a person that called in who had a question about what they should do with their money. He said, never invest in anything that you don't understand. And he said, now also don't go listen to some dude on the internet telling you what to invest in. He said, so the key is to look to understand something you don't understand. Like, get some knowledge, get some background about some of these different investment choices. That way you're able to make an informed decision about where you should put your money. And I'm like, yeah, that's a good idea or title for a video, because that directly applies to us in this ministry, because ultimately it's about growth. It's about constant and consistent growth in this thing. Never getting to a point where you feel like you figured it out, you made it, there's nothing more to learn, that there's nowhere else to go. There's always more. There's always more to learn. There's always an opportunity for growth. There's always something that you can tighten up on, something that you can brush up on that you haven't gone into for a while. It's always there. Our elder and apostles have been in this thing for 30, 40 years, and they'll be the first to tell you that they still learn every day. Even scriptures that they already know and they already understand, they may go over it even after all these years and see it in another way, or see it in another light, or look at it with a new understanding, per se, from a new perspective, I would say. So, that same thing should apply to us. So this is, Revelations 3:20, it says, behold, I stand at the door and knock, and if any man hear my voice and open the door, I will come into him and will sup with him and he with me. So Yahweh Shai, will come and sup with you, meaning he'll sit at that table with you, at that dinner table, and he will feed you, with what? With knowledge and understanding. He will unlock new understanding unto you, so that you can go out and feed the sheep, so that you can abound in the ministry, so that you become stronger in the knowledge, not to be lifted up with pride, but so that you can edify the body of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. So the Lord said he would sup if you knock at the door. So it's all about praying to the Lord and asking. If you want the Lord to give you more knowledge, wisdom, or understanding, then you got to ask for it. Isn't that what King Solomon asked for when the Lord came to him in a dream, in a vision? He asked for the understanding to rule such greater people, and the Lord was pleased with that. So the Lord will be pleased with brothers asking for more knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, more so than things that are carnal in this world. Because you ask for the right thing from the Lord, and you sincerely pursue it, then he'll open that up to you. And we should be ever increasing in the knowledge. That you in the scriptures, what does the elder and apostles always say? You got to know history to know the mystery. And I know this is something that, I got to take a deeper dive into, is getting into the history. And that's why I'm going into, this lesson, because there's plenty of things, as I was meditating on this title, that I need to work on myself. And, the scriptures in general, man, there's more understanding, more breakdowns that I can go into. And the beautiful thing is the Lord has set up teachers according to his heart that should feed us with knowledge and understanding, which he did through the elder and apostles of Great Millstone. So there's plenty of edification, plenty of them old videos out there that I haven't been able to watch, or I haven't been able to go through in its entirety and take, my full notes and go back and review them. All of those things take a lot of time. And, and you got to put forth some effort and some action behind it for the Lord to increase you. But we should always be looking to increase in that knowledge and increase in understanding, and to understand something that we don't understand. You see, we should always be looking to understand something that we don't understand. And there's always more out there. This is Proverbs 4:7. It says, wisdom is the principal thing. Therefore, get wisdom, and with all that getting, get understanding. All right? Because that's what it's all about. To understand, it's not about how much precepts you memorize, how much, you're able to call out precepts and all that. Well, if you don't really understand what it is that you're reading, if you don't have that full understanding, and let's say you're just a parrot out there, you just, repeating the things that you've heard, that's not the point. It might look good on video, it might sound good, but that's not the point of this thing. That's not the purpose. With all I get understanding. Proverbs 1:5. It says, a wise man will hear and will increase learning. See? I'm going to run that back. A wise man will hear and will increase learning, and a man of understanding shall attain unto wise counsel. See? So, when brothers come to you, men that have aged in this thing, that have been around, that have, more experience, it's best that you listen to what these men have to say. They're proven, they're tested. The Lord had them in this thing for a while, and it's best that you attain to that wise counsel, man. Bucking up against something that comes from Yahweh Shem Shai through a man, let's say in the camp, a brother that's above you, that's pride, and the Lord resisteth the proud, as the scriptures say. So attain unto that wise counsel. But the point is, it says a wise man will increase learning. That's what it's all about. When you increase learning, what are you doing? You're getting understanding about something that you don't yet understand, and that fosters growth in the knowledge, growth in the spirit. And the things that we learn, we got to understand that we're learning to teach others. So the more that you know, the more understanding that you have, the more that you're able to go out and feed the sheep. The more that you're able to break down and help the next man to get that understanding, so that the ministry continues to abound. All right? You don't want to be like some of these guys that learn a few scriptures and then they think they became greater than their teachers. That's what a lot of men, they seek after vain glory, and that's why they going through the videos, taking notes and studying fervently. It's not out of sincerity. It's because so they can build up a name for themselves. That's not what this is about. Let's get this. This is what we don't want to be. This is not the point of unlocking understanding. It's not so you can be a novice lifted up with pride, because that's ultimately what you are. just because you learn some precepts, you understand some breakdowns, people on your comment board calling you deep, hey, that don't mean that Yahweh Shem Yahushua is truly dealing with you. You know? Let's see here. This is 1 Timothy 3:4. It says, one that ruleth well his own house, having his children in subjection with all gravity. For if a man know not how to rule his own house, how shall he take care of the church of the Most High, man? You know, so that's important. We got to be able to rule our own house, meaning our spiritual house. I mean, you know, these bodies, you got to rule your own temple and your own spirit, but, you know, your physical houses too, man, you know, meaning, you know, your families, your home. You got to be able to bear responsibility and take care of your business to look out for your family. You can't be, you know, a lion in your house. You know, you can't be slipping up with not taking care of your responsibilities as a man, you know, providing, and, you know, you got to be able to, you know, hold yourself to a higher standard than that, being a man of this knowledge. If you can't get that under control, how are you supposed to take care of the church of the Most High? You know, how are you supposed to handle your business in this ministry? See, it says, not a novice, lest being lifted up with pride, he fall into the condemnation of the devil. All right. So verse 6, I want to read in the NLT. It says, an elder must not be a new believer, because he might become proud and the devil will cause him to fall. So, and that's what happens to a lot of these men that come up. They learn from the elder and apostles. They really understand breakdowns. They really increase in knowledge, and then they feel, you know, they start feeling themselves and think that they became greater than the men that taught them. And that's why, you know, the men that, you know, get themselves titles and been in the truth 5-10 years, they get themselves these grandioso titles, you know, ultimately they start going off because they try to separate themselves. They don't get all the glory if everything that they're teaching they learn from some other man, from someone else. So in order to heap glory unto themselves, then they got to remix the doctrine. They start teaching, you know, something different about the MOTB. You know, they start saying it's spiritual. You know, they all, you know, so on and so forth. All kinds of madness that comes out of these novices' mouths. But that's what we want to avoid. You know, when we pray to Yahweh Shem Yahushua to come sup with us, to increase us in knowledge and understanding, it should be out of sincerity of your heart to be able to edify the church. Nothing more, nothing less. Edify the body of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Edify his sheep. And he'll sup with you. He'll increase you in knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. But it takes action. You should constantly in this thing be seeking to understand something that you don't understand. And that's going to foster a walk that's rooted in growth. You know, we don't want to be stagnant, and we want to constantly be growing in this thing. And guess what? Other men are going to be able to see that. What's that? Let me get one more if I can find it. That ain't the one. You know, other men will be able to see your growth. It will be visible. You know, and they'll admire that, and they'll want to, you know, follow in that stead, man, if they're in the right spirit. You know, but anyway, just, you know, a quick hitter with that. Lord willing, this was edifying. Continue, or look, I should say, to understand something you don't understand, and continue to grow in this thing. So with that, Lord willing, this was edifying. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Shem Yahushua, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and peace to the whole elect out there. Shalom.